A quiet evening shatters when armed robbers take a pregnant couple hostage. But this is no random crime. It's a cruel, personal revenge. Now, a mother must make an unthinkable choice to save her newborn.
Imagine a quiet evening at home. The doorbell rings. You think it's the food delivery. But for one young husband, opening that door was the moment his life turned into a nightmare. He was greeted not by a delivery driver, but by two masked, armed robbers. They forced their way inside. His pregnant wife, relaxing on the couch, was completely unaware until she saw her husband being shoved into the room at gunpoint. She was frozen in fear. The robbers barked orders, "Turn off the TV." But her hands were shaking so badly, she couldn't even find the remote. Seeing her struggle, her husband, Leo, quickly offered his phone and wallet, desperate to protect his wife and unborn child. The robbers weren't satisfied. They demanded their wedding rings. But due to her pregnancy, the wife, Maggie, couldn't get hers off. One robber even pulled out a knife, ready to cut it off. In a moment of sheer panic, she finally managed to twist it free. But it still wasn't enough. The lead robber, a man named Dazhuang, screamed at them. "Where are the real valuables?" Thinking fast, Leo pointed to a painting on the wall, claiming it was worth $15,000. But Dazhuang was no fool. He knew art was hard to sell. His eyes landed on the home safe. Under the threat of violence, Leo had no choice. He opened it, revealing nothing but a few old books. No cash, no jewels. The robbers were furious. They pulled Dazhuang aside. It was Friday. The banks were closed. The only way to get the money they knew Leo had was to wait until Monday. That meant they had to hold this young couple hostage for an entire weekend. For Maggie, this was a death sentence. Her baby was due any day. Trapped in this nightmare, she'd never make it to the hospital. The couple was dragged down to a cold, dark basement. Their pleas for a blanket were ignored. The door was locked. Then Maggie remembered. Her best friend was supposed to visit. If she showed up, the robbers would have to silence her. In a desperate act, Maggie convinced the female robber, Carla, to let her go upstairs to intercept her friend. Using coded, harsh language, she managed to scare her friend away, saving her life. In a brilliant, hidden move, while pretending to get nausea medicine from the kitchen, Maggie managed to swipe a key from a drawer. Back in the basement, she revealed her prize to Leo. It was the key to their prison. Silently, they crept out. Their target, the car in the adjacent garage. Freedom was so close they could taste it. Leo turned the ignition and slammed the accelerator, but the roar of the engine alerted the robbers. They burst out, guns drawn. As Leo sped away, his hope was shattered by a car blocking the road ahead. They were caught once again. Dragged back to the basement, they faced Dazhuang's rage. He held a knife to Maggie's pregnant stomach, demanding to know how they escaped. Dazhuang gave Carla a hard punch to show her the consequences of negligence. Meanwhile, in order to save his wife, Leap claimed to be a psychiatrist who could easily obtain some prohibited drugs from the hospital, but currently lacked someone to help sell them. He proposed that if Dazhuang cooperated, they could make a fortune in a short time. Hearing Li Yao's seemingly logical plan, Dazhuang was somewhat tempted and quickly extended his right hand to seal the cooperation. However, it turned out that Dazhuang had seen through Li Yao's lie from the start. To punish him for his cunning, he immediately forced Leo out of the basement and locked him up alone. As punishment for his cunning, Leo was dragged away and isolated from his wife. Alone and terrified, Maggie tried to stay calm for the sake of her baby. But soon, a sharp pain shot through her. Her contractions had started. Hearing her cries, Carla rushed down. Having been a mother herself, she showed a flicker of compassion, taking Maggie upstairs to clean her up. In a moment of strange intimacy, Maggie asked Carla about her own children. The name she revealed sent a chill down Maggie's spine. Charlie, the same name she and Leo had chosen. A horrifying suspicion began to form. Using a battery from a smoke detector, Maggie powered a hidden baby monitor Leo had installed, and through its speaker, she heard the devastating truth. Leo and Carla knew each other. He had been her doctor in prison. Together, they had run a drug ring. Carla had even had his child. But after the baby was born, Leo disappeared with the child, breaking Carla's heart. This wasn't a random robbery. It was a meticulously planned revenge. Carla's goal wasn't money. It was to make Leo suffer by taking the one thing he cared about, his new baby. Just then, Maggie's water broke. The baby was coming. Carla helped deliver the child in a bedroom. But when Maggie reached for her newborn daughter, Carla pulled the baby away. The mask was off. Leo, having escaped his bonds, burst into the room. He tried to sweet-talk Carla, promising they could be a family. But she was done with his lies. "Prove it," she hissed. "Kill Maggie." In a shocking move, Leo grabbed his wife and began to choke her, only to whisper a plan in her ear and then pretend to knock her out. In the chaos, Carla took the baby and ran for the car. But Maggie was not defeated. She slipped out another way, snatched her newborn from the vehicle, and hid in the trees. A ragged Carla, finding the baby gone, was knocked out by a recovering Leo. As Leo searched for them, Maggie's baby began to cry, revealing their hiding spot. Leo approached, his intentions clear. He wanted the child for himself. But Maggie had survived too much. In a final, desperate act to protect her daughter, she did the unthinkable. With the robber's gun in her hand, she made a choice. She killed Leo. With her last breath, she finally managed to call the police. A single mother held her newborn close, finally safe, finally free.